Welcome to Yoga 2 Back Bend Focus, and today you're going to need a support of some sort. This can be a yoga block. I'll show you with a slam ball, or you can even just use a stack of towels or foam roller. We'll start with your hips sat back to your ankles in what's called hero pose, and we'll begin a breath work from this position. Inhaling, bringing your fingertips back towards your hips, exhaling, round the spine. Just like we did in Yoga 1, deep, continuous breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale, fingertips back, shoulder blades squeeze. Exhale, round the spine, separate your shoulder blades. Coming into our practice via some breath work. Let the motion of your shoulders and spine start to warm up your muscles that we'll be using today. Few more deep belly breaths. And on my signal, we'll take a big breath, hold at the top for as long as comfortable, and we'll let the energy circulate your body. Give me a few more deep breaths. Deep in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And exhale. Big inhale, hold at the top for as long as comfortable to you. Feel your body. See if it feels any different than when we first began our breath work. And when you're ready, exhaling. Good. Now, stacking your hips over your knees. You'll lock your fingers behind your back, roll your shoulders back and down, and breathe into the chest. Squeezing your glutes to preserve your lower back here in camel position. We'll take a few deep breaths here, opening up the front of your body. And this is a serious back bend, stretching all of the muscles in the front of our body. Being sure to keep a nice even breath here. This position can constrict. One more deep breath in. And let it go. And slowly, carefully unwinding from this position. From here, we'll get into tabletop with your knees right under your hips, hands right under your shoulders, and leaving your hips high, walk your hands forward. Start pressing your chest down to the floor for what's called puppy pose. And this is also a back bend. Focus on your upper spine, actively pushing through the hands and pressing your chest down to the floor to open up the muscles of your upper body. Keep your belly button drawn in and your hips slightly tucked under your body to elongate the muscles of your lower back as well. We will be in this position for a good couple of breaths, so find a position you can stick with and let your body melt into your puppy pose. Start slowly walking your hands back towards your hips to release the position from your puppy pose. Our next position will be low lunge. Step your right foot forward, making sure your knee is stacked directly over your right ankle. Squeeze your back hip and push your hips forward, keeping your torso completely upright. You should start to feel a stretch in the front of your left hip. And breathe deeply. Try to see if you can get your breath all the way down to your hips. If you need to walk your front foot forward a little more, give yourself a little more room to lunge into your position. And subtly see if you can bring your front hip back and push your back hip forward to square your hips to the front of the room. Again, finding a position that is comfortable for you. Some people may want to place a towel under their knee to relieve some of the pressure there. But maintaining that back bend that we're looking for in this practice. Just a few more deep breaths down to your hips in this position, then we'll switch your feet. Good. Drawing that leg back, left foot steps forward, knee right over your ankle, tucking your hips under and lunging forward into this position. Keeping your hips square to the front of the room, torso upright or perhaps even back bending a little bit. Squeezing your hips to preserve the lower back and make sure the emphasis of the stretch is on the front of your body. When you're ready, gently stepping back out of your low lunge stretch, back into tabletop, and we'll flatten all the way out onto your stomach with your elbows directly under your shoulders. We'll take Sphinx pose here, so you're grounding your hips, pushing your hips actively into the floor and pressing down through the tops of your feet. Your shoulders are back and down and your gaze is forwards, right in front of your fingertips. You're pressing down through your forearms as well. You should feel just a light, subtle stretch on your front body. If you're not feeling it enough, press your hips harder into the floor. Keeping your chest and collarbones open to the front of the room and grounding actively through your hips and feet. From here, we'll take a more active position, pushing down through your hands to lift the elbows off the floor. We'll go from Sphinx pose to low cobra. Keeping those hips grounded, push down through the hands. Inhale up. Exhale, elbows return to the floor, being careful not to shrug up on your shoulders. Inhale up. You should feel a stretch more prominently in your front body when you come up in your low cobra stretch. Exhale, release. Give me a few more matching breath to movement. And when you're ready, grabbing your prop and making your way onto your back. We have a few releases here that we're going to do with our prop. The first one is supported fish pose. So bring your stack of towels or foam roller or slam ball or yoga block to the base of your shoulder blades. You want it to feel like your upper body is draped over your support. You bring your arms out wide. Legs can be wider than hips width. And you release all of your body weight onto your support. You should have the feeling of your chest being pushed forward without any effort on your part. On these supported releases, you want to melt into the position. Let gravity take you completely. Head and neck drop behind you. If you're feeling discomfort, you may need to slide your support further down your back. This is a powerful chest opener, upper spine opener, and requires very little effort on your part to really open up the body. We will be in this release for many breaths. So just relax into your position and breathe slowly and deeply. When you're ready to release, slowly and carefully come out of your supported fish pose and bring your elbows together. Dome your back towards your support to release all of the tension left back between your shoulder blades. From there, we're going to do a similar release for the hips. So you'll place your support on the sacrum, which is just above the hips, the flat part of your lower back, just above the hips. Now you can stay in bridge with your knees bent, or for a deeper release, bring your feet out to the corners of your mat. Now you should feel the sensation of your hips being pushed forward with little to no effort on your part, just like we were doing with your chest. Now relax completely into this position, inhaling deep into the hips, and exhale, completely relax, allowing gravity to push your body down into this release. Take any last minute fidgeting, and then find stillness in this pose. When you're ready to release, start marching your heels back towards your butt and bridge, removing the support from under your lower back. Draw both knees into your chest and give them a big squeeze, circling around your lower back, giving it a nice massage. From there, extend both legs out flat. And we're going to draw your right leg in, hands behind your knee, heel to the ceiling for a hamstring stretch. There can be a slight bend in your knee, but you're actively driving your foot to the ceiling, trying to feel a stretching sensation in the back of your leg. You may take a couple ankle circles here, both directions, before pulling your knee into your chest. Keep your hips flat on the ground and pull your knee actively towards your chest, finding a nice different angle on this hip stretch. Breathe slowly and deeply into the hips. Now slowly pull your leg across your body into a supine twist. Leave your shoulder blades flat on the ground and draw your belly button actively in towards your spine. It's better to have your shoulder blades flat than to reach the ground with your foot or your knee. Keep your knee high, about hip height, and let your exhales draw you deeper into your supine twist. We'll hold this one slightly longer than our first two leg stretches in this sequence. Again, letting gravity push your leg deeper into this position. Transitioning from your supine twist, we'll take a figure four hip stretch. So slowly bring your hips back down to the mat and cross your right ankle over your left knee and bring your left foot in the air or to the floor just behind your left hip. If this is a good enough stretch, we'll stay here. If not, you can drive that knee back and thread the needle, holding behind your left knee. I personally like to hold this stretch, pulling my toes in towards me as I feel a deeper hip stretch when I do this. When you're ready, slowly releasing your hip stretch and let your right leg lay flat to the mat, bringing your left leg up to our hamstring stretch, driving your heel to the ceiling, both hands behind your left knee. You may take ankle circles here. You can have a bend in your knee, but we are working to straighten that leg over time as we open up in this position. When you're ready to release your hamstring, pull your left knee back towards your chest, finding a hip stretch. Breathe slowly and deeply all the way down to the hip, actively pulling your knee towards your face. Other leg remains completely flat or as flat as possible to the ground. Now pull your left leg up and over into our supine twist, leaving your shoulder blades flat on the ground. Drawing your belly button in towards your spine, exhale to deepen your twist. Inhale all the way down to your hips. Then let gravity push you deeper and deeper into this position. Again, we'll be holding this a little longer than we did the other two leg positions to give your body a nice full release in this lying twist. When you're ready to release your supine twist, we'll take figure 4 to the other side, crossing your left ankle over your right knee. And this hip may feel different than the other, that's okay. Give this hip exactly what it needs at this time. You can have your foot to the floor. You can drive your knee back, bringing your foot in the air. Just whatever it takes to get a nice stretch on the back of your hip for a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, we'll release that hip stretch and take Savasana. Feet down to your mat, arms long by your sides, getting completely comfortable in your corpse pose. We'll take a couple breath techniques from here, starting with 4-part box breath. Exhale all your air. We'll inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Two more. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And last one. In. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Good. One more breath technique is called Sukha Shunya. These are alternating breaths in through the nose and mouth, short sips of air. Pause at the top in a hold as long as comfortable, and then exhale in the same way. 8 alternating sips of air out. And it sounds like this. Then you hold, and then begin with me. Good. Finding your rhythm. 4 and 4 alternating nose and mouth breaths. Short sips of air, holding at the top, and then exhaling in the same pattern through the nose, then mouth. Good. Releasing that breath technique, letting your breath come naturally, as shallow or as deep as you wish. We'll do our body scan, bringing attention to the parts of the body I list by name, scanning them for tension and releasing and relaxing. Starting with the bottoms of your feet, to the tops of your feet, your ankles. Allow the spotlight of your attention to broaden to your lower legs, your knees, and both thighs, the fronts and backs of both thighs, letting both your legs grow very heavy and relaxed. Up to your hips, your lower abdomen, and sides of the waist, to your upper abdomen, scanning for any tension in your abdominal muscles and allowing them to relax completely. Bringing attention to your chest, both sides of the chest. Both shoulders drop and relax. Your arms, hands, and fingers. Your whole torso grows heavy, scanning for any tension that you can find and finding a deeper layer of relaxation in your torso. Up to your neck, sides of the head, relaxing the muscles of your jaw, relaxing the muscles of your eyes, unfurrowing your brow, letting the muscles of your forehead and temples relax. Now scanning your whole body for any tension left that you can release. And existing in a place of pure relaxation and peace. And that is where we will conclude our practice today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.